from Team Angie. With team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. I like to put positive vibes out into the universe. September the 10th, 2025. What I like to do is a daily reading from my book of inspiration by Sarah Young, book called Enjoying Peace in His Presence, Jesus Calling. And this is the inspirational word for September the 10th, 2025. I am always available to you. Once you have trusted me as your Savior, I never distance myself from you. Sometimes you may feel distant from me. Recognize that as feeling. The Bible is full of my promises to be with you always, as I assured Jacob. When he was journeying away from home into unknown places, I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. After my resurrection, I make this promise to my followers. Surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Let these assurances of my continual presence fill you with joy and peace. No matter what you may lose in this life, you can never lose your relationship with me. No matter what you may lose in this life, you can never lose your relationship with me. This has been a really hard year, 2025. Um, real, as far as my faith and my walk with Jesus calling. And you can read more from this word inspired from the books of Isaiah chapter 54, verse 10. Also from the book of Genesis chapter 28, verses 15. And last but not least, the book of Matthew chapter 28, verses 20. And this is the reading for today. I am with you always. Powerful word. This title, we'll get to that in just a bit about Michigan and the money going on. This is a testament to how God is with me always. These settlements, checks coming in. And then with the emails, they're telling me more about more settlements coming in. I am with you always. Going through things and stuff like that. You know, you seeing people prosper quicker than you or whatever. It's a little check. And I had this check for like 3 months now. I didn't even know. Just found out about it today, going through old mail. Trying to clear up space, you know, with this new moon, new energy, new vision, new perspective of life. And with that, you have to make room for new things. You can't receive things with your hands closed, so you have to open up to receive, as well as opening up your presence, open up your energy, open up your space. And to do those things, I started clearing out way to receive more. Clearing out promises that Christ is always with me in my financial troubles, in my walk in life. I lost my cousin last year. It was a scary time. I wasn't sure if his death was something that, you know, could tie back to me. I was afraid for my life at the time, to be honest. And when you're in the streets, you know, it's like you basically put yourself in position to either be dead or in jail. It's a lot of things happen beyond your control and according to your control. But nevertheless, um, when you're in that state of mind, you're in a state of survival. When you interact with people in a certain way, you don't see life as a prosperous, engaging way. You look at it as opportunities and so forth and so on. But nevertheless, it's not a way that God designed for us to live. And in that lifestyle, you don't really see God at all because it's more so about feeding the ego and what you can do for your own circumstances, how you can make things happen, and the power that's in your hands. So, nevertheless, you start to become self made and self righteous. And a lot of things you end up doing because of you're in survival mode or have you. My bad, I almost lost y'all for a minute. My computer's, you know. My battery running low. I'm trying mine now. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but nevertheless, I'll try to keep it moving and re-record if I have to. But anyway, it's a lot of temptations. It's a battle of the mind daily, constantly, especially in this walk with Christ, because the world is contrary to what Christ is all about: instant success, instant gratification. It's all about self service. And with that being said, it's a lot of self opportunities to gain. You know, you can easily go hit a lick, you can easily lie and deceive to someone to get your way, manipulative actions and stuff like that, manipulating people energy. Energy is a big thing that we all dabble into from time to time, knowingly or unknowingly. But the way that you use your energy is important. The thoughts that you entertain are important. All these things go hand in hand with how you engage with reality and how you use energy to manifest the reality that you desire. These things are important because a lot of times we're on autopilot, being led by the world and the world expectations, the world thoughts, and the worldly things. And we find ourselves in situations that reality isn't what we really desire. So we have to spend time recreating our thoughts, recreating our experiences, recreating the whole thing that we call and we think is life. Spending time in His presence allow me to see where I am in life, and I have been creating. We are created with Christ, so we are creating constantly the desires that we seek. We're creating that experience for us to experience. To inhabit or whatever. What the mind thinks about, what we spend time thinking about, we also spend time manifesting as well. Where the mind goes, the attention goes, and the energy goes as well. And that energy creates that reality. It brings more of that reality that you think about. Spending time in Christ's presence gives you a chance to think how Christ thinks and how He sees problems for us and how He be able to resolve these things. When we give our problems unto Him, He'll give us that perspective of how He sees it, because He has all power in His hands and He has all things figured out. While we're trying to figure it out and work it out, He's already then figured it out, worked it out, just waiting on us to get a glimpse of how He see the situation being resolved, and being able to trust in our Creator that He has the best plans for us. It's not an easy relationship to embark upon, nor a journey to experience, but it's simple nevertheless. The same way that you put your trust into mankind, into these jobs, into these applications, it's the exact same process and steps that you do with your Creator. You spend time alone, getting to know who you are, what you're made for, what your purpose in life is, and you begin to pursue those things. The only way you really get to know yourself is spending time with yourself and figuring out what you're created for, what you're here for. Certain things align with your spirit, and certain things just won't. And you'll begin to follow that path to who you truly are. It's not a fun thing nor easy to work on yourself. That's why a lot of people skip this part of their journey in life. It's experiencing self totally, fully, being able to know yourself is a life journey. It's not something that we figure out overnight, because we are constantly developing individuals, self development, mentally developing to who we ultimately are to become. The journey of life itself is about becoming who you truly are, finding out who you truly are to become that person. Along the way, there are going to be trials and errors, there are going to be temptations, but everything you need to survive is along your path of authenticity, who you are, and not conforming into this world. Um, like I said, there's a lot of times where it's tempted to go outside of self and just to make things happen on your own. That's why manifestation is a big thing nowadays. Spirituality is a big thing nowadays, because a lot of people are looking for some source of power to create the reality that they are desiring. And not to say that anybody is wrong, because we have the power to do so, but the way to do it is what's really important. A lot of people dabble into a lot of different things that aren't wholly unrighteous, and they receive what they want, but not really in the way that they need. nourishment, right? We can always say that nourishment is something we need, and we can get it any kind of way we want, but different styles of nourishment. You can either be a vegan, you can go straight meat diet, you can fast or whatever, because it's a necessity that we all need is nourishment. But too much of the wrong kind of nourishment become unhealthy, and it'll become an unhealthy body and vessel. That's why we have different diets and stuff like that. But my reason for saying that is to say this, like it's a way to do things. We all need things, but it's a way to achieve those things. And it's a healthy way, it's a right way to do so. And also it's an unhealthy and a wrong way to do so. Being conscious is the way to figure it all out and to stay aligned with your true passion and purpose of who you are meant to be. Mindfulness, that's why I advocate for mental health awareness, because it has a lot to do with being mindful on how you feel, when you feel, and being able to address those issues if it's an issue at all. Because we're not always going to be in a state of ecstatic, experiencing joy in different forms, fashions, or levels of it. There are times where you're going to be sad and sorrow and misery comes along, and you have to be emotionally intelligent to know how to deal with these moments and how to get through these moments. Spending just a little extra time thinking about what are the triggers, what's the root of it, and how can you move forward, but not run away from it. This is called self appreciation, self work, and self love, self care. It's not selfish at all. Mental health is just as important as physical health. The things that you think about are important. The thoughts that you entertain are important. And it's important to be mindful of what you are entertaining and what thoughts that are coming to mind, if it's aligning with your future and who you truly are, your morals and who you desire to become, or if it's something that's against those morals and who you desire to become. Just like when you're working to make money, it takes time to make money. But there are times where you really need it and you don't know if you're going to be able to get through the day, get through the week. Your provisions are falling short. And here's the opportunity that's not a holy way to make money. So it's you're gonna hit a lick, right? You're gonna steal from your job, you're gonna steal from your neighbor, you're gonna manipulate somebody's energy and uh, goodwill to get what you want. Those different type of things that I'm talking about, being impatient and trying to compete with others because you're not in a position that you desire to be. You don't have what you want, but you have what you need. These are temptations that come upon man daily throughout your walk with Christ, trying to be holy, trying to be an example, trying to be a child of the light. We do all type of things, feeling like we need to survive, we need to get over, we need to stay up, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, being grateful. When you wake up and you're grateful that you have this present, this day, this gift to experience and enjoy and go after your dreams, then you start to have more things to be grateful for. Like, oh, here's another opportunity. Here's, a peace of mind throughout this chaotic world. Different little things like that to stay grateful of. And then you start having more and more things to be grateful of. And then, all of a sudden, not entertained by these thoughts of, okay, I need to hurry up and hit a lick real quick, or I need to be impatient and skip the process of character development and evolving and things like that. You get to going into your savings, you get to going into your investments, let the return actually return and different things like that. And it's like you're slowly but surely getting your own way, undoing the works that you need to be doing for as far as your progress, the process. The process can't be a process because you're constantly navigating away from what's need to be done. Just give it a minute. My stuff lagging a lot. But anyway, right? Times of relief always come. God knows when we're working hard and we're trying to do what we got to do, and we're out here being crushed left and right. It's an uphill battle from time to time, but God sees and He knows. And also, He gives us strength in the times of weariness and peace in times of discomfort and different things like that to help us carry on. Pardon me, I got some more. We always had the tools we need, just like Moses. He was a stutterer. He was probably unconfident. He didn't have the assurance he needs to be in the authoritative figure that he was, in the position he was of authority. Therefore, he needed some help to help him speak, to help him control these people in the way that he was supposed to do so in his position. He had the help of his brother. We always have the help we need. But at the end of the day, we don't go for the help because, like I say, this world is about self, it's about ego. And when we're busy trying to take care of ourselves and we're, feeding our ego, we don't see how to engage with people the right way. And the help we need is always around in people, places, and things. Even the money that you need, it be sitting right there, right on your desk. You just got to go through it and trust that God is providing in every way and always. And whenever you feel like you're at your lowest and you're ready to just go against the grain and do something negative, just remember that God has everything you need and He's leading you to what you need when you need it. And He'll always have everything that you need, your daily bread, your food, your clothing, your shelter, your security, all the things will be added unto you. But nevertheless, we remember that COVID happened. There was a time where people had a chance to get a little relief. Some people did it the right way, some people didn't. I was just talking about the PPP loans and how karma come around and how the world want to entice you to do negative. But the world won't be there for you when your consequences come. These are the dangers of following behind the world because they will lead you to destruction and watch you suffer alone. I'm here to let you know you don't have to suffer in silence when you feel like you need a little help. And it's all right to need help because Jesus himself came down and had 12 disciples because he was showing the power of being a God, being authority, having our power in his hands, but also being humble enough to have help and to trust that, you can put out you can delegate tasks to people. They can be a part of your kingdom and as well as a part of a righteous cause. You don't have to do these righteous things alone, nor do you have to suffer alone. And, things will come to knock you off your game, just like Jesus had all these people chasing him out of the city because of the great things he was doing was contrary to what was going on. When you're authentic, people look at you like you're doing some type of special powers because these things are being seen and people don't believe that these things can be done, but it truly can be through the Holy Spirit who speaks for us and acts for us in times of uncertainty as well as, in spiritual blindness because it's a spiritual battle and we sometimes deal with things that we don't even see. Sometimes we entertain angels not knowingly. That's why it's important not to look down on people or to treat people any kind of way because of what they have or what they have not. Because it might not even be a human being that you're entertaining or dealing with. But nevertheless, we are always being used by different things if we're consciously aware and especially emotionally intelligent on how we allow these higher frequencies or lower frequencies interfere and entice on how we behave. Especially if you're impulsive, you're not even yourself at times because you're easily manipulated to engage on how you feel and act off of how you feel. And that's why I speak about mental health awareness because basically if you're not emotional intelligent, you're can become a victim of being emotional, impulsive, and acting off how you feel, not even having a moment to think about why you feel what you feel, what was the trigger, and what the consequences of acting out on how you feel. I speak on these things because I once was a person who was emotional, intelligent, impulsive, acting out on disrespect or hurt feelings, and the consequences was always something I never really wanted to deal with. But nevertheless, that was something I had to deal with. So, just as a warning, just give yourself a little moment to think before you act when people disrespect you or they try you. And just remember, it's not against flesh and blood that we're dealing with, but sometimes it's the spirits that they're being entertained with because they're not emotional aware of how they're being used or what triggers are being there to get a reaction out of them. So you just be humble, you be patient with people, have a little grace, And I was thinking about that. I had a conversation with one of my uncles who was like, people lack grace with each other. You know, God is gracious with us all, and we aren't even gracious with each other. And I was like, well, what's the difference between grace and mercy? And what's really important if we should have them both with dealing with men and women? And he was like, grace is like favor that you're not supposed to have. And he was like, mercy is a little bit different. But as far as grace, it's something that we all not undeserved, but we all get it from time to time. And we should be that way with it, people. And I was like, you know what, you're right, because it's easy to be impatient with people because we are not sure what kind of spirits they're allowing to be dealt with or to be used by. So, I just look at it like that. And also, like, not to be so high on the pedestal that I can't learn from somebody, because when you're open to learn from people, you're open to elevate. And you never know who's going to be there to give you that little water in that seed that you already had, to help you grow as far as nurturing your dreams and goals and aspirations. What I like to do is put out positivity into the world, planting seeds. Maybe somebody who hear a message, or maybe somebody who see a gesture of love may be inspired to do more than what they're doing, and that ripple effect will go out into the universe in a positive way. So that's my whole goal and intentions on why I do what I do and why I advocate for mental health awareness, because it's just 1 second away from somebody making a bad decision and embarking on a journey of suffering when they don't have to. And it's always one person away willing and ready to hurt somebody because they're hurting. Hurt people, and that's what they do. It's always somebody that's just one strike away. But anyway, let's get into these decision making activities, because what happened was it was legendary. It's a lot of things going on still to this day, but nevertheless, the world is full of problems, and the world is going to always have things going on. But check this out, though. This is an article I love to read about finances and what's going on. Michigan wants 2.7 billion from workers. It says we're overpaid COVID-19 unemployment benefits. So 2.7 billion. They make a lot of money off marijuana here in Michigan. And what's crazy is this year alone they haven't really been making the sales. So what been going on is they came out with some drinks, the marijuana drinks, and that's been kind of like rocking the industry. It's been basically taking over the alcohol sales, and it's a little revenue of its own. Let's just say that since they've been doing it, they've been making a killing, and since they've been doing that, they've been catching up on their illegal activities, like paying back the state and helping the state pay off of different loans and debts or whatnot. But anyway, back in 2023, Michigan, they were playing little games before they started making weed legal and making money. They were getting over on people. They did so much and so many, they end up being sued and they had to pay money. Let me see what this is about really quick. That money back. So let's just read it. I'm gonna tell you what I know so far, and then we'll read. But anyway, I ain't mean to do that. So they this was like last year, I believe, and like I be telling y'all, they always got settlements going on. I'll show y'all right now too, that they got going on. They always got settlements going on. So you want to be a part of it too. You want to just sign up, because when the money come, like you'll have notes. You'll have either like you'll have checks like this, or you'll have prepaid debit cards, digital cards that send you money on your money, your bank accounts or whatever. Right? It's just money be coming in, always coming in. Facebook finna pay me soon too in cash out. But anyway, they be like this, and they start sending you emails like sign up for these or whatever. Like these, the latest they want me to sign up for today. This one, these more or whatever. But anyway, we finna get back into Michigan was doing. So anyway, yeah, like that was a settlement 2 years ago, maybe. The unemployment office, they was making people pay back money that they was supposed to been paying back, and they was also not giving people money that they rightfully was entitled to, their benefits. So for the state to start having some money, they just start snatching people income tax. They start garnishing people checks, taking their income tax, doing whatever they got to do to get that money. And they did this for a while until it got to the point where they got in trouble and they had to pay back so much amount of money. They end up paying me back some money too last year, like 16,000. They paid because they was trying to make me pay them, and they basically was playing with everybody in the state. Not everybody, but a lot of us, like 300,000 people. But I wasn't a part of that settlement that happened. That was like another 300,000 people. I'm not sure how many people in Michigan, period, but it's a lot of. It's like a million people, like 1.2 million people that was affected by the unemployment and just the state garnishing their wages and doing this and that. But anyway, so the jobs got crazy. COVID-19 happened, all that stuff. Trump came, sent a little relief through the feds. Some people took advantage of that. The COVID-19 relief, unemployment, and also the Small Business Administration was giving out money for aid to help people keep their business afloat. Anyway, people was taking advantage. Some people didn't, some people did. But check this article out on what happened in the aftermath of trying to hit a lick and get over on people, as far as with the state and with the locals. Michigan Unemployment Insurance is seeking $2.7 billion and benefits from about 350,000 Michigan workers. Michigan Unemployment Office Administration said these workers were overpaid benefits, but it wasn't able to request payments because of a court order and a class action lawsuit against the agency. So they was trying to get their money while playing with people money, but they couldn't sue because they was already being sued. The first payments for affected workers are due September 29th. The Unemployment Insurance Agency said. So in 2 weeks they gonna start garnishing people money again, like they was doing before. About 350,000 Michigan workers who filed for unemployment insurance benefits as far back as March 20th, 2020 must return to 2.7 billion in benefits. Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency said on September 8th, which was 2 days ago. Many of the affected claims filed during the height of pandemic, the agency said it wasn't able to request repayments because of a court order and a class action lawsuit against the agency. That class action settlement, which was filed by claimants who received unemployment insurance benefits during the pandemic and then were told they owed money back to the state in certain cases, had their wages garnished or tax returns seized, was settled for 55 million in May. So just last May, they had to pay 55 million, which ain't even 100 million. So it's like 150 million, $145 million. No, 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 7 billion. So 1 billion is 999 million. They mad. They've been making billions. Hold on, let's do some search real quick because they had to pay that money and they trying to get it back. This was 2023. They just started selling weed in like 2020. So that first year they spent the money they basically spent it to the in the insurance agency. How much did Michigan make gross in cannabis sales 2000? The state of Michigan alone, how much did they make out of that? So y'all heard that the first year they didn't even make 2 billion, which they was already out. So the first they probably didn't ask for that money the first year, which was 2023. They only had like 1.7 billion dollars, and it was growing. So the next year, 2024, they was able to pay that 2.7 billion back to the Fed. They was able to pay that money back to the feds from selling weed. But now the feds like, I mean, they was mad because they was making money, but they was giving it to the feds, the state, because they already done paid 2.7 billion in unemployment insurance from the feds to help the state, but the state took advantage of the state, and the state also took advantage of the feds helping the state. Not really, but kind of sort of. The state was already taking from the state. They was taking money through taxes and garnishing wages to get that 2.7 billion that they spent in 2023. They had 1 billion already put up, plus the next year they was going to make another billion or so. So right now they probably only got like a couple hundred million in profits. That's why they're trying to get this money back now. So basically, uh, they had to pay 55 million last year. At 1.7 billion. Well, they probably had like 2 billion plus that 700 million. They had to spend that on the 55 million lawsuit. Plus, they paid 55 million in the lawsuit. It probably was like 55.400,000 or something like that, or 56 million because of taxes or whatever. As a part of the order of the state judge approving the settlement, a preliminary injunction that prevented the unemployment office agency from engaging in collection efforts was dissolved. The pause in collections will be lifted on September 12th. So they was not able to collect money for like 5 years, and the feds was still waiting. The feds probably was taxing, and they're like, "Well, we can't collect no money from them, and plus we paying the money that we had to pay for that settlement." So they basically was going broke. The first payments for affected workers are due 2 weeks later on September the 29th. So now they out seeking money from people. If y'all been getting letters, this is what this is about. And they know who get their money. I'm just going through a few key parts like the CARES Act, an extra 600 traditional claimants weekly benefit amount in Michigan. The maximum benefit amount at the time was 362, so claimants could receive up to 962 until benefits expired in July 20th, 2020. So they had 2000. They spent 2.7 billion in 2020. 3 years later, they didn't have the 2.7 billion that they had already borrowed. So they've been in debt for years. And the money they made off weed, they basically been paying it back to the Fed. So they probably still nearly 2.5 million people applied for and received at least some of the jobless benefits they qualified for. So 2.5 million out of 2.7 billion. That's like everybody got $100. They probably want like $166 from everybody. That ain't even. Let me see. Let's do some math real quick. Okay, so out of 200, I mean, let's start over. Out of 2.5 million people who applied for benefits that owes 2.7 billion, how much is the split up for each person to pay back equally? So my math is off quite a bit. That's $1,000, not 100. They trying to get like $1,088 from everybody. Basically 1,100 from them 2.5 million people that they overpaid, or the 2.5 million people that hit the list. Out of all of them, they gonna need at least $1,100 from all. Uh, holiday pensions, income tax come next year. Those of you at the PPP, they want time for free labor so y'all can go ahead and work and get some of this money back into the government, into the states to boost the economy again. Free labor is always the way they making bigger jails, pushing more and more rap and drill music, pushing more violence on TV and social media. All this stuff is a trap. All this stuff is a setup to keep you guys in this trap, in this rat race, in this loop of mental chaos and confusion. When they're sending out checks like this and they're giving the game out for free, if you could just be patient and hold on and utilize your time, spend time doing these money making activities. They don't always pay off right away, but the money is always coming all of the time. Also, learn how to create your own source of income. Like I've been showing you guys, join my live mentorship where you learn how to do high income earning skills. I'm gonna play just a bit of the replay, just a little bit of sample of what the webinar was like. That shit bang on. Just give me high, just stop the night. That's that party next door. Wonder. So you're missing out on these webinars. I'm telling you, man. Y'all just
because we literally As you can see, have people literally all over the world on here. And that's the power of being able to build a digital business, right? And so today, what we're here to share and talk about is how to stop overthinking. And I think that's one of the biggest hangups that so many people have when it comes to making. They
And yeah, it's not as complicated as people think. Making money online, it really ain't. You don't really have to be out here hitting these licks, putting yourself in a worse predicament than what life is already dealing us. I mean, everybody struggles from time to time, and nobody's exempt from that. But it's about mindset. Success leaves clues. The more you continuously follow your dreams and pursue your passions, turning your passions into profit, you start to realize that all things are possible. Since I started digital marketing, I created four other streams of income besides the four that I have with digital marketing: digital art, digital tokens, NFTs, and also my own cryptocurrency. But we'll get into my things later. But this is the inspiration that you guys can have turning your passion into profit. Also, I got other things that I'm working on. Make sure that you sign up for my newsletter that I drop all the time because that's where all of the information is released. The website is below. But let's get back into this webinar. If you guys missed it, this would be a chance, exclusive chance. Also, join my exclusive community on Facebook. Subscribe to my Team Angie channel where I have all type of exclusive content, informative, educational, inspirational. It's a lot of good value information in there. You guys want to go check that out.
overthink the process, right? They think it's truly harder than it is. So today I'm going to help you go from overthinking to income, how to build a customer base and how to get cash from new customers and how to create that confidence, even if you're starting from zero. And even if you've tried things before and haven't had success, I think that is very important. And you're actually going to hear from some people today that have tried many things with zero success. And you're going to learn what their pivotal moment was for them that helped them be able to have success. So, this is for you. This webinar is for you. If you feel like there is never enough time, how many of you like, I want more time? Or maybe you've tried side hustles before, but it ended up taking more time than it gave back. So if you want a simple, I love the word simple because that's all I'm about, Miss Simpleton, a simple proven way to create income without sacrificing family or without sacrificing your sanity, you are definitely in the right place today. So real quick, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle O'Neill. I'm hanging out with you from Kansas. And I love this because you see, we literally have people all over the world. But I'm just a mom that wanted more time with her family. I'm a mom of six and I'm a grandma to five, and time with my family is the most important thing to me. But I wanted to build that business without having to bother friends and family. I wanted freedom. How many of you want freedom? I don't want to have to look at my bank account to make a decision. I was sick and tired of not being able to do the things I always dreamed of doing as a mom. And I wanted to be present and I wanted to build something that was meaningful. I just didn't want to make income today or income tomorrow. I truly wanted to make an impact and help other families have freedom as well. So I created this business model that actually works for busy people just like you and I. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, how this system literally took me from six figures to and 0 to 6 figures in 6 months and my first million in 17 months. And here's some real people with the real results. And I'm super excited because a bunch of us are again next week. And I'm so excited about that. And never in my wildest of wildest dreams did I think I would build a global community and now be able to hang out with them in person. And again, real people with real results. Jessica posted 900 sell while living the Gen X life. She loves what she gets to do, right? And look at this, a new week and $900 deed. That was yesterday. What a great way to start a Monday when you get a new customer. Now you are going to hear some people's success stories, okay? I'm just letting you know that we are not guaranteed that you can have these type of results. Your success is literally based 100% on you. So screenshot this, okay? So let's get going. Here's the problem. We always got to talk about the problem, what's happening out there. Most side hustles are just that. They're a hustle. They pay very little and require lots of time and often leave you exhausted. And traditional businesses, they have a huge startup cost. Like what? It's millions and millions of dollars just to start a franchise. And you need to learn a lot of skills, and you don't earn money to learn those skills. So there is a simpler way. Okay, there is a simpler way. What if you could build a business that actually works with your life instead of against your life? See, when I heard that, I was ready for that, right? Most online business models, they actually fail for busy people because they require endless digital or endless direct messaging. How many of you have had to try to build a business with direct messaging before, or phone calls or text people, and you constantly had to slide into their comments, try to get them to notice you, and you were constantly having to sell, and it was a complicated tech support. See, that is that was me as well. I was exhausted having to do that. I was literally trading time for dollars, because if I wasn't doing that, I wasn't making money. And the truth is, you don't need more tasks, my friend. You don't need more tasks on your plate and income. And it changed this quick for me when I learned that. And with the right system, you can follow a 2-hour workday. Imagine finishing your income earning activities in just 2 hours a day, then living the rest of your life. And that 2 hours a day can be 30 minutes here, 1 hour here, 30 minutes here. You get to set the time. It's not anybody else setting that time for you. And today I'm actually going to be breaking it down for you. You're going to have a clear understanding of what you need to do in 2 hours to be able to generate an income. So why this is so different? Well, here's why. You get to keep 100% of the profits with master resale rights. You don't have to chase friends, and you don't have to chase families. You don't have to direct message people. You don't have to try to find customers. And you don't need tech skills. There's no complicated tech setup. And it's scalable, meaning you can grow from $100 days to $900 days and even beyond that. And I will tell you what, that's what I was excited about. So let me share with you how it works. It's a step-by-step blueprint that equips you to launch, grow, and automate a profitable online business, and shows you how to do that in just 2 hours a day. So here's the key: master resale rights. So let's talk about what that means. Okay, what that means is you are not an affiliate earning a small commission. You actually own the resale rights. So every time you make a sell, you get to keep 100% of the profits. I want to show you guys something real quick. I want to really land the plane on this because I think this is so very important to do. I want you to look at this. I'm holding this right now. I absolutely love this lip gloss. I've been using it for years. This is what I used to sell in network marketing. It was one of my top products. Do you realize when I sold this, because many people above me also made it a small percent off of every time I got a customer, I made $9. So I want you to do the math on that. I would have to message people, get on the phone with people, talk to people back and forth for $9. That's what I mean by trading time for dollars. When I launched this process where we could have master resale rights, where you, my friend, can make 100% off of other people's products, I traded a $9 sell in for 900. One customer now equals 900. That's freedom, because here I needed a lot of volume, a lot of customers to make $9. And this, my friends, is why so many people struggle. It's not you, it's what you're selling and the amount of money you make. Because here's what's wild. Because I learned how to automate, I make more money in less time. I used to spend hours to make $9. That's the difference. but it's always been around. People have always had the resale rights on products. But when you do digital, there's no cost, like there's cost involved for this, and there's no sharing your profits with other people. I feel it is the most brilliant way to launch a business, mostly if you're brand new, because when you're newer, it's harder to get customers. So it just makes sense if you're going to get a customer that 100% of it goes into your pocket. It's like you're owning your own digital product store without having to create the products yourself and without having to test them in the marketplace to see if they work. And that is what I'm introducing you to, the Legacy Builders Program, where you get 4 digital income streams. The Legacy Builders Program sells for $900. The Digital Mastery sells for $600. The Passive Daily Pay Blueprint sells for $300. And the Launchpad sells for $100. So you immediately get up to 4 different income streams. Just do the math, my friend. If you sell one a week of each of those, that's $1,900 a week that you would make. Let me know in the comments, would that change your life any? I would absolutely love to know that in the comments. And not only do you get to keep 100% of the profits, you have a complete educational program to help you build the skills you need to grow a successful business. You know, another reason why I struggled so bad in network marketing? Yes, I was making a small percent, but nobody told me how to market. Nobody told me how to build a peaceful and predictable income stream. And that's what you're going to learn inside the Legacy Builders program. I don't want you to only earn money, I want you to have peace and a predictable income stream. And in today's webinar, you're going to learn exactly how to do that so you can leave a legacy for your family. So my question for you is, if money or time wasn't an obstacle in your life, what is that legacy that you would absolutely love to leave? Like absolutely love to leave. So let's jump in, okay? And I want you to think about that later. Like, what is that legacy that you would love to leave for your family? So in the Legacy Builder program, I show you exactly how to structure your 2 hours, okay? And you're going to learn that today. But the daily blueprint includes growing your audience, attraction marketing, engaging your audience, building the connection, because connection equals currency, and offering your solution, inviting them into your business. That is the keys, right? And that's it. There's no 12-hour workdays, just 2 hours of focused income producing activities. Structure equals freedom. When you learn how to be very productive with your time, you literally have so much freedom in your life. Our entire system is built on 4 pillars. So I want you to screenshot these pillars, okay? Automated system. Your business works even while you sleep. It's called your freedom machine. Attraction marketing. Customers come to you. No more DMing, no more bothering friends and family, no more having to find customers. And the 2-hour daily blueprint. You stay consistent without burnout. Most people quit because they get overwhelmed and burn out. Community and mentorship. You're not alone. You have support. That is something that was so important to me, that people, yes, you're in business for yourself because you, my friend, are going to make 100% profit, but you're not in business by yourself. You should have a complete community there to support you every step of the way. So let's go to number 1, pillar number 1, the automated system. Your business works even while you sleep. This is how you, my friend, create passive income. So this page right here is we call it our freedom machine because it's freely working for you 24/7. So this is what is out there in the World Wide Web generating exposure to your business. So what I give in exchange for somebody's email is we give people the Freedom Formula Blueprint. Once they put their email in, they're immediately taken to this video that gives them more information. And then they're immediately sent this in their email. And inside of that also has that Freedom Formula PDF blueprint. Now I want you to imagine this. What are you doing while people are watching these videos? You're doing the things that you love. You're not having to DM anybody back and forth because between these two videos, it literally answers 99% of people's questions. That other 1% might email you with the question. That is why it's phenomenal to have a community because if you're brand new launching a business, it's going to be hard to answer questions. The community is there to help you do that. So now with the ones that I personally mentor, on average, 1 out of 20 are buying. So imagine if you could develop the skills to get your freedom machine, your automated sales process converting at 1 out of 20. That means if 20 people a day put their email in, that's a $900 a day because our number one selling product is 900 a day. If you learn to do that every day, 900 a day is $328,000 a year. Congratulations, in 3 years, you're a self-made millionaire, all because of September of 2025. You decided to purchase a program to learn how to get 4 income streams, make 100% profit, and learn the skills to build a very successful business. That is what I absolutely love. Love, love, love that. So that is your automated system. Oh, and by the way, I show you how to get access to this. It's pre-built and ready to go. So don't worry about the tech overwhelm. All you gotta do is watch some videos, plug it into your domain, and plug it into your payment gateway because you're paid directly into your bank account. No waiting for a company to pay you. That money will deposit into your bank account. And once you're inside the program, okay, once you're inside the program, you can purchase this for $39. Now, if you know anything about a website with this many pages, you're looking anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. Don't believe me? Go to Upwork or Fiverr. This is a complete 8-page funnel system with 30 email automations. Do the pricing of how much it costs. And you, my friend, once you're inside the program, get access to this for $39. Okay. And then it runs monthly at no monthly expense. I actually use this system, costs me no monthly expenses. It's a one-time investment for the program, a one-time investment for your $39. And I was able to use this without any monthly expenses, and I hit 6 figures before it cost me anything. And then it was $27 a month. I absolutely love that. Look at this, Stacy and Mark. This is crazy. Another 900 sale just came in. They had an $1,800 day, and Stacy is a school teacher, so they're still working, but their automated system is still working for them as well. So let's go to the next step, attraction marketing, because you're going, okay, well, how do I get people to discover my freedom machine? This is how, through attraction marketing. Customers come to you. The online world is your window to when you sell something that is digital, the entire world can buy from you. So you're not just limited to your country as well. So let's break down the ultimate marketing system, which attracts customers to you on autopilot. No finding customers, no bothering friends and family, and no DMing people. Well, the first is classified ads. Now, I need to share this with you. As an introvert, this right here was a dream come true. There's thousands and thousands of classified ads out there on the internet where you can post your ad for free. And what I did is I would spend 30 minutes a day posting free ads. Now, here's what I have to share with you because I do understand the power of video. When I posted my ads, I actually put a YouTube video inside of it because I know people like watching videos. And I would spend 30 minutes a day posting free ads. And I discovered after 90 had grown my YouTube channel. Yes, it built it also built my YouTube, and now I monetized on YouTube. Can you imagine posting free?
Now, that right there is a really good idea, but a lot of people don't do that. And if she did that, honestly, I don't know. If she still do it to this day, I don't know. It's a tedious task to do, nevertheless, especially when you get in the leads and then they just looky loos, people not really buying or like engaging, but it's a good idea, nevertheless. It's a money making activity. Just to put that out there, because a lot of people skip past this part and don't put ads out there, but money making activity to do as well.
Ads every day for 30 minutes and it turns into being paid for posting on social media. I'm now monetized on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So that added 4 additional income streams, all because I post once a day. Is that not wild? In social media, there's 5 billion people, right? So post free ads on the internet and then utilize social media. We show you how to become that magnet and attract people to you. There's 5 billion people on social media. And no matter where you go, people are always on their phone. Now, some people can't show their face, right, because of the job they have or other circumstances. So we even can show you how to build an invisible empire where you can build a faceless brand. We give you a complete walkthrough step by step how to make 100K your first year building that faceless brand. So here's my question for you. How did you hear about this webinar? Was it on social media? Or did you receive an email or both? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, how did you hear about this? Okay. A friend, social media, YouTube, email, both, email, TikTok, social media, friend, email, TikTok. First of all, you guys need to squeeze your friend that they shared this with you and they invited you here today. That's absolutely amazing because they truly care about you. But have you noticed 99% is either email or social media? Okay, why am I sharing that with you? Because this shows you how well this process works. We have 472 people on here, and 99% of them came from the steps in the program that we teach you. It's just absolute proof that it actually works. Now, Jessica, I think she's on here, you guys. I would love for her to share with you. She just posted this 18 hours ago. And in 8 days, she's made 11K. But here's what's interesting, and I love her story because she's tried many other things before. So why all of a sudden did this work for her? And I would absolutely love for her to share her story with you. So Jessica, are you with us, my friend? I'm looking for you. I'm looking for her. Well, maybe she is not. You guys see her? Huh,
Yeah, she's in here. Raise your hand, Jess. I see her.
Oh, does she? Is it not under Jessica?
Jess.
Oh, I see her. Okay. There you go. You can unmute now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Oh, I love your hair. It looks so cute, girl, like that.
I did try a lot of different things. So I love Michelle, and she literally has changed my life. But when I started watching her, I'm like, I don't look like her. I'm not fancy like her, but I wanted to make money like her, right? So I'm just a normal, like, hardworking mom. I live in a double wide trailer. I live in the sticks in West Virginia, and I have done everything: Avon, Tupperware, Pampered Chef, Mary Kay. I am the queen of the hey girl message. Have you guys ever sent a hey girl message? Hey, I haven't talked to you since middle school, but I'm selling this lipstick, and if you buy it today, I'll pay your shipping. Like, that was my life. And it was alongside of a full-time job and a busy life. And like Michelle said with the lipstick, I thought $5 or $6 was making it. Yeah, I was making it. And I didn't think I was good enough for this. I was so cringy. So yeah, I didn't know there was anything different. So when a friend introduced me to Michelle, I watched a webinar just like this, and I bought, and I'm like, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. This is so different, because all I've ever known was private messaging random people that I hadn't spoke to. And I made $100,000 in 6 months. I didn't have any followers, just like Michelle. I thought TikTok was a dancing app. I was 40 years old, 41. And I'm like, I'm too old to make money on social media like that. I'm too old for TikTok. I'm like, oh, I'm going to. And here I am, like, I can't. I say it all the time, but in my head, I thought, I'm not good enough for that. I don't understand those big words. I'm not fancy like her. And I'm still not like that. But I just made $11,000 in 8 days from my double wide trailer. I made money at the hospital yesterday. I made money getting my hair cut yesterday. Like, I literally make videos I go live. I learned everything inside of this community. I didn't have a mentor. I had that beautiful blonde right there. I listened to everything she said. I was like, I'm going to do whatever she says. I'm going to change my life. And I did that. But I think we get in our heads. Like for me, I was working full time and I started doing this. And within a year, my husband and I both quit our jobs. And now I do this full time, like pays the and then some. But I really thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I was too old. I didn't understand what automations were, but we're the product of automation. We buy stuff on the internet because we're in somebody's email system. And I don't think we realized how I didn't understand anything about email marketing until I met Michelle, and it literally has changed my life. I'm recording my 21st stream of income right now. 21 streams of income from my double wide trailer in West Virginia. Like, if I can do this with absolutely no clue and no following and no knowledge in my hillbilly way, that's what I say. I'm just a redneck from West Virginia. If I can do this, anybody can do this. And I just watched Michelle. I literally watched Michelle. The lady I bought from doesn't even do this. I watched every video. I plugged in. We had a run. Aren't we starting a new run on the 15th? These runs change your life. So when I started this in November of 2023, there was a 10K and 60-day run. And the lady that I'm purchased from didn't do this. She does the letter writing thing, to each their own. And I plugged in to every single video that Michelle posted every day. I got on every Zoom and raised my hand, and I made $10,000 in 60 days from this, like living on my front porch. And I knew that that third month, I didn't even post on Facebook. I didn't post to my warm market. I didn't post to all my weight loss friends. And in my third month, I paid off my Amazon card. And my husband's like, you have to tell everybody. You can't be quiet about this. It's changed our life.
I love that. Oh, and I just love how real you are. And that's when you just showed up your true authentic self.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this, because you don't have to be anybody different, but you just gotta be you. And I love that.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And I'll see you in a few days.
See you in a few days.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can see how real and raw she is. And this business has completely changed her husband's life, but she's coachable and she's consistent. And now they just live life on their terms. So let's talk about pillar number 3, the 2-hour blueprint. I want you to be able to stay consistent without burnout. So one of the first things that we do when we launch our business is copy and pasting free ads to high traffic websites. This is for 30 minutes a day. Globally, there are thousands of websites where you can post ads for free. Now, what I love is we teach you this inside our program, but you can also use ChatGPT to find even more than we give you inside the program. This is a process I followed 30 minutes a day, and I was able to grow my YouTube channel to become monetized on YouTube. Second, we do 3 pieces of content today. Pick the platform you like. Go all in with just one platform at first. Get to know the audience on that platform. I recommend a 7-second, the trending song, a 30-second video, and a 1-minute video. So it should take you an hour, is it, to do that. If it's taking you longer than an hour to create a 7-second, a 30-second, and 1 minute, you're in your head. And that's what we need to work on, getting you out of your head and in your heart, right? And then the next step is responding to comments and emails 30 minutes a day. If it's taking you longer than 30 minutes a day responding to comments and emails, congratulations, you're making really good money. So this is what I did consistently every single day for 90 days. After 90 days, I had the courage to start going live. And by that time, I was really good at getting my 3 pieces of content created in 30 minutes. It took me about 10 minutes to create each piece of content. And then I would spend 1 hour going live on social media. So that's why, because you might be going, well, I see a lot of people go live. Well, yeah, because they adjusted their schedule now, right? But our goal when you launch your business as a beginner is to focus on this, because what you focus on is what grows. And this, my friend, is what will grow your income. Now, many of you might have a very busy schedule and you'd be like, Michelle, I don't think I can fit this in. Well, Amy is our poster child for you can do this no matter how many hours you work. When she launched her business, she had no understanding of digital marketing or social media or anything. She never did anything online. She has no experience in Amazon Prime or Amazon affiliate or affiliate marketing or network marketing. She was actually working 2 jobs. So I want her to share her story with you. And I really want you guys right now to really borrow her hope and belief of what's possible, even if you have a very hectic schedule. So Amy, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. This 2-hour workday literally changed my life. Now, did I do it all in 2 hours? No, I didn't have the time. You guys, I'm just your average day, everyday gal. You know, I was working in the trucking industry. I was waitressing, and I was raising 3 kids on my own. That's reality, and it happens to so many of us, right? So when one job wasn't enough, I got another one to support my children and myself. But I didn't honestly know what I could do to change my situation at all. I wasn't on social media. All I did was work and try to spend time with my kids, and it wasn't working. And I just didn't know what to do. I was at the end of my rope. I had no confidence. I was miserable. I was disgusted with myself as a mom that I would put jobs before my kids. And when you get to that point in your life, you're just burned out and you're tired. I think that you start opening your mind to other things. And I opened my mind to allowing my daughter to put me on TikTok, of all places, just to watch her videos, right? Any way I could be a part of their life. But I was just in and out watching her videos. You guys, literally for years, I was working those 2 jobs, 18 hours a day, exhausted, sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night. So if you don't think you have the time for this, you're wrong. Because you can do this throughout your day. You've just got to make a plan, right? Get off the internet and get into the program. Use that time wisely. And it can be 15 minutes here. Every break I had at work, that's what I did. Every lunch that I had, I sat in my car and gave 55 minutes business, just following it step by step. Because again, I didn't know anything, nothing. I had no confidence. I'm serious. I didn't even know how to create a video. I knew nothing about attraction marketing. Funnel? What is that? That's a thing in the kitchen, right? I didn't know any of it. But I had a hope. And I had a prayer that maybe, just maybe, I could do something like this. And Michelle was my hope dealer. Because when I seen her video, I said, you know what? If a single mom of 6 kids can do this, why can't I? Why can't I? I don't need to stay stuck anymore. I need to get my act together and be there for my kids. Sit down to dinner with them again. Cook every night like I used to. And that put me on the path. But see, I needed structure. I needed to know what to do every day. I followed this 2-hour workday. And throughout my day, I created those 3 pieces of content to attract other people to me. I started going live from my car every day on my lunch break. I did what it took, and I walked away from both of those jobs in just 10 and a half weeks. I had made over 20K at that point. Do you know how long it would have taken me to make 20K at both of those jobs? And then I could make that in 1 week here? It was game over. I became a stay-at-home mom for the first time ever because of this program. I plugged into the trainings. I started learning how to earn online just by following what Michelle has given to us. Quit making excuses, because that's what keeps you stuck. That's what kept me stuck. I could find an excuse for everything. So it's up to you, my friend. What is most important to you? And you will make a change. You will. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much for sharing. Love it. So you guys borrow her hope, right? And yes, what she would do is she would do it before work or over her lunch hour, because just because she wasn't working, she'd work over her lunch hour, then she'd go back to her jobs. Her system was working for her. Her freedom machine, her pieces of content was working for her. You need to think about that. When you post on social media, it doesn't go away. It's out there working for you. So if you learn to post the right way, you can build a very successful business. So pillar 4, community and mentorship. You are not alone. You have support. Matter of fact, you heard from Jessica, you heard from Amy. Both of them are actually mentors inside the community where they actually do training, because our community.
And I could vouch for them too because Tuesdays and Thursdays, or sometimes Mondays and Wednesdays, it switch up from week to week. But Michelle, Amanda, other people in the community, they do the trainings for mindset and also for tech skills. So they teach us how to post the way they post, attraction marketing. Michelle O'Neill, she pretty dope. She have mentorship. She do the mindset mentors meetings. She did the webinar today. Could have talked to her, asked questions. I mean, these people are available. It's pretty awesome to learn from them as well. Pretty nice people as well. They love to share their stories and their challenges and how they overcame those challenges. I mean, time freedom is important, especially with younger kids and working all these jobs. These things are possible. And like I like to say, and Michelle says a lot, success leaves clues. On your way to your successful journey, you'll find little bits and pieces that help you carry on your path. These are some awesome people to be involved with.
Is live training. We have 50,000 plus members, but when we launched the Legacy Builders program in 10 months, we did $29 million. And I want you to think about that. That $29 million went into the community builders, the community's pockets, not the company's pockets, but the people inside the community that got the customers. They made all of that profit. We do have a training that we walk you through to go to hit uh, get your business in profit mode in 7 days. That's really the goal, because you realize one customer, you're in profit mode. I had a lady that actually went through it, launched a profit in 7 days, and she didn't get her customer her first 7 days. So she went through the launch to profit training again and got a customer. She was, I'm going through it again. She went through it again. Anyway, in 4 weeks, she went through it 4 times and got 3 customers, right? And made $2,400 in 1 month doing this super part-time around her family and around her full-time job, all from just plugging into the launch to profit training that you get access to inside our community. And this is what our community looks like. We just hit 56,000 members inside our community. So when you get inside our community, you get to be with like-minded people. Do you think you're going to learn more by being in your home, in your environment now, or do you think you're going to learn more by being part of a community of 56,000 people? And inside of that, you are going to get live support and mentorship. You can ask a question inside the community at any time. Many people will answer your question, but also live training. We do live trainings on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And then these weekly webinars are available for you, my friend, to invite people as well. And what I'm excited about is our next 90-day run. And it's all about that confidence to cash sprint, 90 days to customers and consistency. Again, even if you're starting from zero, my goal is to show you how to make 30K in 90 days, which is 10,000 a month. That is the goal. And this is what it looks like. And it's for people that are beginner, that are you're brand new to our community, or if you really just want to get consistent going. Now, there's going to be people inside the community that are going to be looking for 30K a month, right? But the goal is to show you how to make 30K in 90 days. I want you to build that foundation, Because if you can learn that, you can make a consistent 10K a month. 120,000 a year would change most people's life. And so this is what we are going to be launching. So that's why you need to get started now so you can get your website and everything set up, because we're doing a pre-launch of this as well. So super excited about that. This is what I love. This is people that have gone through other 90-day runs that we've done inside our community. Patricia's like, made my first sale during the last 90-day run. Rebecca's like, I love how the videos are short and just leave us ready to start my 2-hour workday fired up. And a big takeaway is how much we can use ChatGPT for epic content ideas. Michelle said, I love the clear, practical steps you give and content examples and samples. So again, you guys are in business for yourself. You're going to make 100% profit, but you're not in business by yourself. I love the daily short educational videos, and I really learned how to create a brand, find my perfect customer, attract customers, create content, and craft my $1 million message. I think now going live is an issue. I think now going live is an issue in converting my leads to sales. I'm working on editing my email campaigns and hosting webinars and workshops, all because of being part of that. She's learning that. Yes, yes, yes. The power of consistency, and the secret sauce is having a mindset to serve others as well. That's their takeaway from the last 90-day run. So I want you to imagine making 100% profit, learn how to go from beginner to 10K months without begging friends and family, and you have a fully automated system. So your system will be working for you 24/7. So you're not only going to make money when you're working, you have the power of automations. So let's talk about how to turn this into a 10K a month business. Let's look at the numbers. So here's a simple math, right? Our number one selling product is 900. So one customer equals 900. So just 12 customers a month is 10,800. There is 5 billion people on social media. All you need is 12 customers a month. So that is our first focus. How do we create content? How do we create engagement on our social media and on our free ad strategy to attract 12 customers a month to our automated business? And the best part, you keep 100% of the profit. Now listen, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about building a sustainable income that compounds over time. It's truly so you can leave that legacy for your family. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. What does 10K months mean? Like, I would love to know in the chat. Like, what does it mean? If you could start generating 10K a month, what does that mean? Traveling with your family, paying off debt, creating peace instead of stress? Because here's the thing. You can get to 10K months. You know what that means? Then you can get to 20K months. That's just the foundation. I want you to get to that foundation. Yeah, paying off debt. All of the above. Yes, I love that. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. What would life look like a year from now if you had both the income and the time? Freedom you've been craving. When I launched my business, I had a goal of making $54,000 a year. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know I was capable of making more than that. And I thought it was going to be a lot harder than that. I ended up making 6 figures in 6 months, and I made my first $1 million in 17 months. And we've never spent a dime on ads. We show you how to organically build this business. So when you hear the money we've made, that is the money in our pocket. That's not because we have to spend money on ads. That's 100% profit into our pocket. And this is exactly what you're going to learn to achieve step by step inside the Legacy Builders program. Now, Cecilia, you guys, I love this because remember what I shared with you. I'm just a gal in Kansas, right? Who I truly just wanted to figure out how I could have more time with my family. And I was failing miserably at that. So I would do my 2-hour workday. I would post 3 videos a day. And one of my videos got pushed to South Africa. I didn't even know where South Africa was. I didn't know this was happening until I woke up one morning and I had received a customer, Cecilia Jacobs from South Africa. And I got on Google. I Googled South Africa and where that was for me. I'm like, this is cool. I literally have a global business. But because of me learning these attraction marketing skills and strategies And because TikTok is interest based, and because Cecilia was Googling something similar to what I was posting, TikTok showed my video to her. That's why you don't need to spend money on ads. You just need to get really good with your message on social media. I'm only sharing that with you because she discovered it. She took action. I'm going to actually have her share her story, but she's created a ripple effect. There's either 21 or 22 South Africa self-made millionaires now, all because I decided to post 3 videos a day and change my family's life. So the ripple effect that you can create because you build a business and promote products and programs that make a difference in people's life is truly the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. And never in my wildest dreams that I think I would get to meet people literally from all over the world. So Cecilia, I'll let you take it away.
And Cecilia is pretty awesome. She's from South Africa as well as a few others. Self-made millionaires, and like I say, positivity. That's what I like to put in the universe. Helping one person that'll help other people in that ripple effect in a positive way. But to hear more, this is just a snippet, just a sneak peek of what you guys can be a part of when I tell you guys the webinars are happening. This is what you'll be a part of. Ask questions, get to know people. Also to be a part of a community where you can thrive as well with like-minded individuals. Links in below if you want to grab your free blueprint copy to the products and programs we have available. If you want to learn how to leave your own legacy from launch to profit in 7 days. That's what it is all about. Start your journey today by taking action. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks for tuning in. Peace and blessings. I'm Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. If you guys looking to start your own online business or tips and tools to manage stress and anxiety, make sure you sign up for my email list right here. Peace and blessings.